I loved camping when I was a kid. I basically only ever went in the yard, but that was okay. When I was about 13, my friend Jennifer and I decided we were going to yard camp one night, but this time, roughing it style. Oh man, we were psyched. We headed to the house to start preparing for this adventure, and the first thing that Jennifer does is start dragging out an extension cord. I was so confused. I was like, wait. Didn't we just say we were roughing it? Jennifer stopped dead in her tracks and said,
I can't sleep without a fan.
Right. Jennifer's just one of those people that has to have her white noise. There's this whole group of people out there that mean serious business about their fans. I'm good with crickets. We decided that music was also necessary. A boombox and a fan, that's not too bad, right? So we got that stuff all set up inside the tent. Then we went back to the house so we could look through the freezer. We didn't figure that we could make bows and arrows so we could, go on the great hunt in order to fill our bellies before darkfall. So we had to skip that part and settle for food from the store. I mean, there's not much we would have found from our woods anyway. Squirrels, though not impossible, try hitting those with a bow and arrow. Maybe a turtle, a deer. That is if the deer weren't already, hiding behind a tree snickering at you as you walk by. They're used to being hunted. Oh, and by the way, there's also the little problem that it was not hunting season. So, see, we were also avoiding trouble. So anyway, we had spied the chicken pot pies just chilling there in the freezer. I mean, that's a whole meal in one for each of us. I know it's not wild-like, but it didn't matter. We still had to figure out how to cook them. Okay, so first thing was first. We had to make a fire. So we went and got some dead grass and tiny little sticks and threw them into a pile. And then we gave it our best effort to make a fire by rubbing two sticks together. I mean, our hands were flying. It was a hard pace to keep up with. So we rotated turns at trying to get it going. And it was Jennifer's turn again when finally, a puff of smoke appeared. We really wanted to baby the beginnings of our new fire. So Jennifer kept rubbing the sticks. We were each blowing on it. We were doing everything we could think of to try and make this thing into a blaze. But as it turned out, we really didn't know what we were doing. The smoke vanished, and we went back to just having a pile of grass and sticks. Well, we tried. There was no reason to waste any more time, so we went in and got a lighter. We got the grass and sticks going pretty quickly, but there was a problem with our bigger pieces of wood. I'm guessing that they weren't dry enough because they really didn't want to light on fire. Well, there was only one logical thing to go get next. Gasoline. We grabbed a new handful of kindling, tossed it in the pile, lit it up, and then gave it a splash of gas. Woo! That wood was burning after a splash or two. Now it was time to start setting up our cooking area. We decided to make some kind of stand, put the pot pies on so they could cook over the fire. Like a grill. But we couldn't have a grill just made from sticks. That would catch fire. So we went inside and got a couple of metal clothes hangers and bent them around and completed our grill. It was fantastic. We loved it. And okay, about the metal clothes hangers. We sort of cheated on the whole roughing it thing again. But the thing about it is, meh. Oh well. Okay, just to let you know, at this point it was dark outside. We opened up our pot pies and placed them on our lovely grill. Then Jennifer and I just hung out and relaxed next to the fire while our dinner cooked. After they'd been cooking for a little bit, we noticed that one of the pot pies had shifted. We did a little investigating and figured out that our clothes hanger wires that we were using to hold up the pot pies were getting way too hot, and one of the pieces got so hot that it fell off. We needed to resituate the shifty pot pie so it was more stable. So I grabbed a stick and just pushed it over gently. The problem was that once I started moving that shifty pie, we discovered that all of the wires were too hot, and they started breaking at a really rapid pace. So, of course, that meant that the darn thing fell straight into the fire. And the second pot pie followed shortly after. Ah, our dinner! I slapped the pot pies out of the flames as quickly as I could with my handy little stick. I am not sure how I performed such a magic trick, but the pot pies didn't just flip out of the flames and land there to be rescued. Oh, no. They both popped out of the flames and started rolling down the stinking hillside towards the road. Also,
They were both on fire.
come on. Our dinner was rolling down the hillside on fire. On fire. And the flames were only growing larger and larger as it picked up momentum. We weren't about to lose our food. Without a second thought, we were running down that hillside after them and screaming the whole way. We got in front of their path and was able to bring them to a stop. And we got the flames out pretty quickly. We looked at the pot pies. Then we looked at one another. They landed right side up. We're good. Let's eat. They were definitely well cooked. And they weren't as badly burned as you might think. We got to mow down on our hard-earned Roughing It meal and enjoyed the rest of our camp out.